You're listening to the World's Team Podcast. It's not just America's team, Cowboys Nation. It's the world's team. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Stewart and Mike Poland.
How about them Cowboys?
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the World's Team Podcast, brought to you by the Believe Network, sponsored by Cowboys Experience for the ultimate game day experience, tailgating, stadium tours, you name it, all the above. Go to www.cowboysexperience.com. I am your host, Paul Stewart, and joined with me, as always, is Mr. Mike Poland. And I apologize, I'm still stuttering because I am still currently here in Dallas, Texas. Mike is unfortunately back home, back in the UK. But Mike, what a week did we have?
Oh, yes. And funnily enough, we're literally in the middle of making a compilation video of everything we did. Some music to it, graphics, all the rest of it for a bit of fun. And when you see it, you'll be like, okay, yeah, those guys had a fun week.
Yeah, I mean, from the get-go, when we arrived in Dallas, it's been nothing but a whirlwind. Like, obviously, we did like pre-game show, post-game show for the Eagles game where we were in Dallas. We got to go live with Brian Broaddus and Forge Lombardi as well, and obviously the live event at the Cowboys Experience meet and greet where we got to meet the likes of Jay Novacek, briefly by Sam Williams and Tyler Booker. But man, it's been an absolute whirlwind. So yeah, I'm still currently here in Dallas, Texas. I'm spending some quiet time here with some friends and whatnot. But yeah, and also I'm off to a concert tonight. So, but we're here to talk about the Chiefs game. It's a bit long overdue. We were going to do it right after the game, but with the hangovers and the time restrictions that we had, so we figured
Thanksgiving traffic as well.
Oh, I know. Yeah, so we figured we'll do the post game once Mike arrives back home and kind of give you what our experience was like in Dallas as a group, because just so everyone is a what's the word, Mike? Knows what we're referring to. We went to as a group. We came together as the UK Cowboys fans. There was 17 of us this year. You've probably seen it on social media. We've got a new chant going for Cowboys Nation, which is "No Cowboys, No Party," which has actually been quite positive. Like, because obviously now with the World Cup coming to the USA, and fingers crossed, Scotland plays in either Dallas or Houston or one of those stadiums, I hope, because that's one game I'm hoping to go to. But yeah, we started applying our little soccer chants at the game. So it's like, no Cowboys, no party.
I mean, we were doing them at the Eagles game as well, just to wind the Eagles fans up.
Oh, they were not fun. They were not finding that amusing at all.
And the trouble is they, unfortunately, there was a group of Eagles fans. I know we're not here to talk about the Eagles fans, but we'll just go about the whole week, if you like.
Yeah.
That we was standing kind of out the way. We were happy, enjoying ourselves, having a few drinks, watching the game, watching Cowboys lose.
At the time.
And we noticed some Eagles fans being bullies, if you like, especially to some female Cowboys fans. And unfortunately, you do that in front of British sports fans, you're going to return the ball back over the net, shall we say. And so we went down and me and you instigated things. And we just gave them
I wouldn't say instigated. Like, we went down there like just to kind of like just be amongst it in some way and just try and balance it out. Because one thing we want to do, we don't want to see any fights breaking out or
no.
But fair play, yeah, for the banter. And some of the Eagles fans were absolutely all about the banter. Fair play to them, right? And
they added me on Twitter.
Yeah, they've actually started following us on the World's Team.
Yeah,
but
those guys were great. They were nice guys, and some of them were telling me about their history of being Eagles fans, the rivalry. Some of them were telling me about playing football for teams back in their hometown and their colleges. It was nice to find out, but yeah, we had to go and return the ball back over the net, as I say. And so we just started spinning soccer style chants for the Cowboys, and you could just, along with what the Cowboys were doing, the levels of them were coming down and ours were going up, and
Yeah.
it was quite funny to watch. And there was Cowboys fans, they laughing, enjoying what we were doing, and it was all good fun. No trouble, no
And
about Eagles fans. Go on.
yeah, and saying that now, going to the Chiefs game, which
Yes.
where the Cowboys won 31-28, and a game that we were somewhat confident going into this game that we were going to win. And this is the final, Mike. If you were to ask me prior to the Eagles game what our chances were against the two teams
Super
that
Bowl
were in
winning
the
teams.
Super Bowl and playing them back to back in a 4-day span, you would think it's a lose-lose situation and the season would have been over.
Yeah.
But no, we've came back, we've risen from the ashes, literally at the Eagles game. We won that game. We went into the Chiefs game, who also had a short week turnaround, also going into Thursday night for Thanksgiving, which was fantastic. Post Malone, I thought was brilliant.
He was good.
And we were so competitive throughout that whole game. I mean, I'll run out the stats for you right now. So Dak Prescott, 27 out of 39 for 320 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Javonte Williams, 17 carries for 59 yards. Malik Davis, 3 carries for 47 yards with
That
1
big break
touchdown.
off. Yeah, that big break
That
off.
unbelievable from Malik Davis, unbelievable. In terms
And
of the wide receiver,
that touchdown run, I know you're going to go on, but I just think it needs noting that touchdown run by Malik Davis. I mean, that was a perfect textbook running, the angles that he took and then come back across, hit it with and went through his gears at the right time.
do you know who was so vital in that play? And we spoke to him on the live stream,
Yeah,
was Mr.
yeah.
Tyler Booker. He sealed in Mr. Chris Jones beautifully in that play.
I mean, here's one for you. Think about the last 2 games. So you talk about Chris Jones, then you talk about the Eagles game with Carter and all the rest of them.
Unreal.
Inside Booker, 0 sacks.
He is playing at an all-pro level in his rookie season.
The run blocking by him is crazy.
It's been phenomenal. And we were so fortunate to have the opportunity to have a brief conversation with him. And I think he was actually amazed at the reach of Cowboys Nation from all across the world.
Do you know what I took away is I mean, he loved, like we spoke about Will's team and what we do and Cowboys fans across the world. And he's outstanding. But you know what I took away is just like no matter like you know what has happened this season, he's been injured and whatnot as well. But just how like his outlook is just so positive. He was just a happy guy, smiling every minute and just so happy. I mean, big guy as well. I mean, we was on the stage with him, Sam Williamson, Gene Novacek, and the boys were saying it's quite funny because you're not a small guy. I am. But they were just like, yeah, you could see the size difference between you guys and them.
Yeah, guys, if you have the opportunity, and we do apologize for the audio quality at the start because of the speaker system was interfering with our microphones, but at the end of the stream, when we got to speak to Tyler Booker, the sound quality was better with no music playing in the background. But you could see how, I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'1", 6'2". Tyler Booker is big, and I mean it really big.
Yeah, and just like massive shoulders, huge hands, massive chest, and you're just like, okay, this guy's a mauler. You know, you're looking at him and you're looking up and you're looking just at him generally. You're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but yeah, going back to the stats though, Mike. So in terms of the wide receivers, and this is something that I kind of highlighted. Like, yeah, George Pickens was primarily the star of the show, like for the past couple of weeks, but CeeDee Lamb really came out in this game also with 112 yards from 7 receptions. averaging 16 yards with 1 touchdown. And George Pickens, 6 receptions for 88 yards.
Yeah.
Jake Ferguson, 5 receptions for 36. Ryan Flournoy, 3 for 34. Cavante Turpin, 2 for 28. Javante Williams go back into the receiving game for the screen passes, 3 for 21. And finally, Luke Schoonmaker, 1 for 1. I
Yeah.
mean, and that's a total of 320 yards in that
Yeah.
game from 27 plays.
And what doesn't show up on the stat sheet is maybe the most important play by all of those. I mean, the
Uh,
touchdown catch by CD Lamb, very difficult catch. But the most important play by all of the wide receivers, Cavante Turpin's
Turpin's
fumble.
fumble recovery,
That saved the
100%.
season. That saved the season.
That saved, yeah, I totally agreed. That
Yeah.
saved our season 100%. Because
Yeah.
if we recall how the start of the game went, we lost the possession of that game.
Shaky. Yeah.
It was a shaky start, but we started
Tunstall
getting,
had issues settling in.
yep.
Yeah.
Then we started getting back more competitive. We were putting points on the board. It was like tit for tat from the Cowboys. Brandon Aubrey was hitting his field goals as well. But that defining moment when we were making that drive, like obviously Pickens, like I believe it was Pickens that kind of like fumbled the ball, I believe, wasn't
I
it?
believe so. I believe. Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah, but it was a great play from Kansas, fantastic play, but out of nowhere, Cavante Turpin come out from the side and recovered the ball. That showed the speed, determination, and the awareness, and
The
it
burst
saved
as
our
well.
season.
Like we always talk about Turpin's burst, that he'll just
Yeah,
and he'll explode. You saw it on that play. Literally, he comes in one shot. There's one angle of the shot that they were showing in the hotel, and it really it sprung into my mind straight away that it's showing you the angle of the tackle, the ball coming out, and literally it's in slow motion, but yeah, still in slow motion. Turpin just slides into the shot and just gets onto the ball. And you were just like,
yeah.
wow. And straight away in my mind, I'm like, there's a perfect piece of video there that you can use to say this is how fast and how much burst Commodity Turpin has, because he just came out of nowhere.
It's just unreal, but we need to talk about the defense also.
Yes.
Like these past 3 weeks, like since the trade, since bringing in Quentin Williams, since
Yeah.
returning of DeMarvin Overshawn, bringing in Logan Wilson, the debut of Savon Rebel as well. Like this defense has gotten so much better.
Mm.
We're no longer playing like the 31st like the second worst defense in the league or the worst defense. We're playing like more closer to the top 15 at this current state. And this is exactly what we need with arguably a top 5 offense. And this is why you're seeing the likes of Stephen A. Smith, the likes of John Gruden to actually say the best team right now in the NFL, despite what the record says, is the Dallas Cowboys. So
Yeah. I mean, Gruden said they've been talking about it on multiple channels. I seen one today, and they were saying like this Cowboy season since their bye is starting to turn into a special season. There's some people saying that the Cowboys are now the team to beat. That they've proven that the system is working, the offense is just completely on fire.
yeah.
That nobody has issues with that, and they've said that the Cowboys defense just needs to be middling. It needs to be middling. Since the bye, it's more than middling. It's keeping up. It's keeping pace. Sure, I mean like points scored against is up there. But you have to look at the teams that they've played. They've played, as you mentioned, two Super Bowl teams, two consecutive Super Bowl winning teams in the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Yep.
So they've managed to, sure, the points are there, but they've managed to balance out, and they're controlling the game, and you're seeing different variations of things happening. We talk about the Eagles game. Defense at the start looked shaky. We found out from Sam Williams the reasons why the defense changed at halftime. We can't really
Yeah.
discuss that on here. I mean, go back to the live show, you'll hear Quentin Williams gave them a rousing speech, should we say, at halftime.
I think a motivating speech is probably the most political answer out of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you'll go with that. And you
Yeah,
see a defense hold the Eagles' offense to a shutout in a complete half.
yeah,
The
totally.
in the Kansas game, things flipped on them quickly, and they had to adapt and change quickly. Rashi Rice, sure. Kelsey, sure. Those things were there. They were happening, but you have to find ways around it. And I mean, you had Trizwiki Bridges, who struggle with that name, did struggle against Rashi Rice. Deron Bland, mind you, unsung hero in that game.
Well, even like I mean, I'm going to read out the names of like all the tacklers and all the players that managed to get sacked. So, I mean, the one that really stands out the most is Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, had a
I mean,
day.
five solo tackles, two sacks, and two tackles for loss. He had a great game for Dallas. DeMarvion Overshawn is top of the list at number 2. Savon Revel, number 3. Donovan Wilson, number 4. Logan Wilson, number 5. And Quentin Williams, number 6. Look, these guys have just now came into the team, are leading the tackles, and it just shows that difference. But also, Mike, and I don't know if it's just you, but we talked about Sam Williams. I think that was arguably one of his best games this
He was
season for
solid.
Dallas.
He was solid. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll come to one in a moment. Sam Williams, yeah, gets the fumble in the Eagles and then has another good game against the Chiefs. So he's kind of like suddenly picking up. And it's all about picking up at the right time. And picking up at this side of the season is
Yeah.
good. You know, now we're in playoff mode and you're getting guys like that. But here's the funny thing me and you popped off at James Houston on special teams. Remember that?
I remember.
We were both standing there going, that was James Houston that just made that crunching tackle on a punt.
We were like, that's James Houston.
Yeah, we're like, what is he doing downfield? Um, so you're seeing the multiples of these players showing up in not just the phase of the game you want them to, but they're turning up in others as well. Donovan Izaraku. Let's talk about him because he's just turned into a monster. Sure, the sack numbers aren't there. You talk about Jadeveon Clowney getting the sacks. If you go back and watch, there's Clowney and Izaraku crashing on the right side together, which causes that to happen. They get tackles for a loss, or they're making stops at the line together because you've got the pair of them as a threat because they're high motor players. It just creates an unbelievable mismatch on that side. And the sacks for Clowney are not down to individual effort. It's down to the collection of the line, and mostly Donovan Izaraku helping
Oh
to lay
yeah, like
pressure.
he was causing so much disruption, especially as he
Yeah.
was cutting inside to the B gap. Like
Mhm.
when you go back and watch the film and watch what Donovan's doing, not so much going on the outside of the tackle, but him cutting inside.
Yes.
It's so disruptive,
Yeah.
really effective.
And it doesn't show up on the stat sheet. And you
No,
look at it and go, he's only got 2 sacks on the season. You're missing 90% of what it is he's doing for that
yeah.
line. And there's lots of moments, like the quarterbacks that try and breach the pocket and escape outside. They have to throw it away quickly because Donovan Izaraku's in chase and they can hear those footsteps thundering behind them.
Yeah, totally.
So they're throwing it or they're running out of bounds because they do not want to take that hit from Izaraku. Those things don't show up on the stat sheet, but they show up on tape. And you watch it and you see it. He's creating what's the word I'm looking for? Hidden pressure, I suppose, is the best way to describe
Yeah, it's like you need to watch the film to kind of like see why Mahomes is moving out to the left. That's what creates pressure, like
it.
Stuff like that.
He's
That
changing his
shows.
launch point. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's stuff like that you need to kind of watch out. So, but yeah, I've seen a couple of breakdown videos, and it's kind of highlighted what we've kind of talked about. And
Okay.
yeah, and again, I want to highlight we need to give Matt Eberflus his credit. Since we've brought these players and players back from injury into the fold that fits this system, things are starting to gel for the better, and it's looking so much more promising now. And yeah, obviously, right now the Cowboys are 6-5-1,
Mm.
and the Eagles right now, obviously, they just lost to the Bears, like
Two
so.
losses.
Yeah, 2 losses in a row. As
Tell me
Philly
if you've
fans,
heard this before with the Eagles at this stage of the season, Paul.
2 seasons ago, they were so far ahead and they had like a 7-game losing streak, and they handed us the NFC East.
Here we go
Are we
again.
going to see a repeat? We don't know,
Mm.
but I don't want to count my chickens on it
No.
because let's be honest, the rest of the Eagles schedule, they've got the Raiders, the Commanders twice, the Bills,
Yes.
and the Chargers. Out of those games, I would say, if anything, it's the Bills and the Chargers, but
Bills and Chargers, yeah.
yeah, I can't imagine the Raiders or the Commanders making any damage. Although that being said, the Commanders actually played pretty well against the Broncos just there.
Yeah, and maybe they split games because they play them back to back, which is odd. But something I've heard down the vine, I was with Brian Broadus down in his studio, is all I will say about his studio. I
Yeah,
mean,
big shout out to big
yeah,
shout out to Crown Global Media. Like
yeah,
Brian Broadus, Voch Lombardi, we love you guys. Thank you
oh
for
yeah,
spending the time with us.
mm,
Thank you for having Mike at your studio. Like, I wish I was there, but unfortunately, I was on my
yeah.
traveling there. But
They
Mike,
want
please do
they
tell.
they want us on that show, so that's something interesting. We'll get to that another
Yeah,
time.
yeah. We don't need to disclose that right
No,
now.
no, no. Yeah. I mean, that's a discussion for another time. We'll break that down. But speaking of Broadus, and there is talk of a very large fracture in the locker room right now in the Eagles. That the morale is at an all-time low, and they're at each other's throats. That's not a good place to be.
No.
Eagles, you would think, have the talent, certainly
I mean,
defensively, to hold out with the Raiders. Here's the trouble: is and this is not being a homer, right? If I put myself as a neutral, I will say this: the Eagles' offense is not good. It's not good. It looks good because you're just like, oh well, it's got Barkley, AJ Brown,
you're
Devonta
you're
Smith.
listing the names out.
Yeah, you go look at the offensive line, look at the pieces they got, and you kind of go, but generally it's not bad. Hurts is a very bad thrower of the ball. Generally, his core,
Especially under pressure. Especially under pressure.
yeah, his general quarterbacking is average, right? And I'm not doing this to be nasty, and I'm saying this as a Cowboys fan. I'm just saying this as on the analytical and looking at the tape.
Yeah, we're trying to be professional and neutral about
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
I mean, look, he's a great runner of the ball, right?
absolutely. I
Yeah,
would say, if there's one thing I would say about Jalen Hurts, he's probably one of the best at rushing with the ball.
yeah, the RPO that he can
Yeah,
create, and
run
then
play option. Yeah,
yeah, you mix him with Barkley. What great! That's a great collection. But he is not a good thrower of the ball. He's just not. And you watch some of the balls they sail, or that ball needs to go get to the receiver quicker. It needed to be thrown quicker, and he's just not. He's just because he is not a good thrower of the football. And generally, that offense, especially this season, it just hasn't looked good. And you see this going forwards, and you think, I think Washington, as you say with Denver, there's something there that they can pull back. I think maybe they split those games, but they certainly don't win the last two games, which is what it's going to come down to. I think.
yeah, and for like the Cowboys, for us to have any chance of winning the division, which is still a long shot at this moment, we need to win every single game from now on, and we need the Eagles to lose 2 games. That's it. It's a big ask. It's a bit what's the word I'm looking for? Overthinking, like over pursuing a little bit. We need to take each game at a time. We are going to be talking about the game for Thursday night football against the Lions. We will be back tomorrow to discuss that.
Yes.
But but just from a general thoughts, like looking back at that Kansas game,
Hmm.
do you feel like now we've got this new emergence of confidence now going into this later part of the season because we've survived the gauntlet. We've we overcompensated with the draw. Like we came up with wins where no one else expected us to get anything. We were expecting 2 losses. Now we're back in the hunt of the playoffs, despite of what was a really topsy-turvy early point of the season. If you were to ask me now, ask me like the position that we're in now, I would say I would have said our season would have been over. But now, the way how we're playing right now, there's still a chance for us to make the playoffs. And let's not remember as well, the NFC West, I believe, with San Francisco and stuff like that, they still have to play each other in that division, like Rams versus San Francisco, etc., etc. So there is games to be lost in that, and that would actually help the Cowboys to elevate themselves up.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Brian's messaging me because they're trying to do the UK Cowboys show momentarily, and he's going, "Where's everything gone?" And he's on the wrong file. So I was trying to pat my head and rub my stomach at the same time.
Yeah,
sorry.
be sure to go and support the UK Cowboys fans as well, guys. Like me and Mike we'll be doing the Thursday? Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
So we'll be back there on Thursday with all the other guys on there as well while we're doing our pregame here as well. So yeah, sorry.
Right. Anyway, right. I'm gonna override everything you just asked. Right. I'm
All
completely
right.
overriding because I want to ask a question to you, which come nicely now. Is Brandon Aubrey the man? 2 wins, 2 winning field goals, 1 highly under pressure. Think about what we've just done there with Brandon Aubrey.
Brandon Aubrey is the GOAT. I'm saying it right now. Brandon Aubrey is the GOAT. He's like butter, but better.
Pay that man.
Pay that man. How many times have I said that? We said that in the post game for the Eagles. Pay Brandon Aubrey now. I'm saying it again. Pay Brandon Aubrey an extension. Do not let him walk out the building. He is going to be the highest paid kicker, but I'd rather him being on our team than someone else's team. Because the thing with Brandon Aubrey is so systematic. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, he did miss a field goal against the Eagles. I get that, but I would say 99.9% of all the time, Brandon Aubrey makes those field goals.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you think we just talked about beating 2 Super Bowl winning teams in last year's Super Bowl. Cowboys have taken them out. But in both instances, it was Brandon Aubrey's foot that helped. I know he missed the one in the Eagles game, but made up for it with the winning field goal. But think about, and we were there. You can literally on that kick feel the tension in that stadium, the pressure, and we're not the guy on the field with all those eyes, cameras on you.
National television, Thanksgiving
Watching.
game, millions of eyes on the Cowboys with Post Malone like as the halftime show. It was arguably the most viewed Thanksgiving game of all time.
Yeah,
it really was. So a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. And he managed to slot them both, helping the kind the when he slotted the one, the Eagles, we were joyous.
I know,
Yeah.
but let's finish off on a little good note here, Mike. Like obviously, we're really happy with what's happened during our travels when we were in Dallas. Like from the get-go, we arrived. We met up with some good friends, went for some beers. Then we went to the Eagles game. It was a wee bit of a downer in the first half. It got amazing after the game. We're not going to lie. We went to Texas Live, had more celebrations there. We met up with our good friends, Cowboys Can fan, during the week. Met them after the game of the Chiefs game. Also the guys from One Star One Family. Big shout out to those guys, like Super Cowboy, Princess Angie, all those guys. So we had a fun. Yeah, DJ Kai of One Star One Family. We are hoping to get him on the show once we're all back home when he's back in California as well, so we can talk about any future events he's going to be doing also as well. Because like I said, folks, if you haven't seen the scenes of what he produced in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It was like a big Cowboys Nation party, and he run that in the new in Las Vegas Strip. Looked
And
amazing.
and in fairness to One Star One Family, they gave us a lot of merch, but thank you very much, by the way. But they ended up asking the world's team to be part of that sort of group, that family, and we were like, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, ambassadors to kind of bring Cowboys fans all together, and that's the message what we're trying to do here. We're trying to bring Cowboys fans from all across the world, like get interconnected and try and like meetups and stuff like that. Like, so we're very honored to be part of that now. So
Oh
big
god, yeah,
shout out to Sherry and Kai of One Star One Family. But how would you summarize our trip, Mike? Because it was a big success from our end. Like,
yeah,
because obviously it's part of the UK Cowboys fans, you, myself, Jamie,
Jamie,
who's
Lord,
basically the president of the UK Cowboys fans.
yeah,
Like, it was one of our best trips. And big shout out to our actual sponsor, Cowboys Experience, for facilitating everything
big
for
time,
us,
yeah, yeah. I
from the
mean, we would
stadium
be,
tours, yeah, from the stadium tours to the hotel, everything. They were fantastic.
yeah, yeah. I mean, big. I mean, Barry is like our brother. I mean, he's like our big brother. Like, what was funny is we said our goodbyes to Barry at the hotel because he had to shoot. And he looked like a proud father watching his
He
sons
did,
walking up.
yeah.
And he stayed. I'm bearing in mind he's injured himself, but yet he stayed standing by the car, quite upset as well, teary, emotional, and stood there the whole time watching as we walked back into the hotel to go grab our suitcases to leave. And he just the type of guy he is. He can't wait for us to come back. He's just like, I can't believe I got to wait 2 years for this group
Yeah,
to
yeah,
come
for,
back.
for the next big group trip.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
So
and this is going to be an extended invite, and I don't know, like, it's not, you don't have to be the UK Cowboys fans. You could be from Germany, you could be from Italy, you could be from any parts of Europe.
yes,
If you want to come along with the ride with the UK Cowboys fans and the World's team in 2027, hit us up because we want to bring the numbers together and we want to bring the world's team, One Star One Family.
mm,
Like, we want to make it more than just America's team. We want to make it the world's team, and that's the whole goal here.
well, you think in 2023 we had Germany with us, oh, a member.
We did.
So yeah,
Well,
they will. I mean, like I say, we always extend it out. Although it's UK Cowboys, like if we do World's team, it's World Cowboys. It doesn't matter. I mean, got Canada with us,
oh, that's
Mexico.
right. Well, and that's the fun thing as well. When you go back to the meet and greet, there was a turkey leg eating competition. There was the UK versus Mexico versus Canada versus the USA,
Yeah.
and Mexico won that. To be fair.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he had the right idea: rip the bone out and just eat the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they do all sorts of things. There's people doing drinking competitions and a basketball competition, giveaways, Super Bowl trophies, Super Bowl rings. Replica, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying
But
they're the
but
real
but
deals, but
so
they photo ops, everything.
so we'll leave it one more question, Mike, then we'll finish up. Then we'll join back for the later date for doing our pre-game show for
Sure.
against the Lions. But my one question is, what was your highlight of the whole week?
Okay, so it's a year of planning to get all this together, a year of getting everybody together. Me are back and forth with Barry and Jamie and everybody, and there's a lot. And then there's a lot of pressure when you're out there to make sure it gets delivered, make sure everyone. I mean, everybody said they had a great time. Plenty of Facebook and Twitter messages with thanks and tagging and all the rest of it. But if you remember, me and you were sat together in a bar. I won't name the bar. We was having food and beers.
Yeah,
Yeah, we was having food and beers. And me and you just sat together in a sort of corner,
yeah,
just
yeah,
quietly
we were in
drinking.
awe.
Yeah, and you just see all the faces. And it's not just the people we were in that we brought out, it's the people they meet. And everybody is so happy. And the highlight for me is seeing everybody enjoying themselves. That you've built it all up, and then you finally see the smiles, everybody's hugging, everybody's happy, they're enjoying themselves. And you look across and just see everybody's just happy, and you go, that's what it's about. I don't care how much money, because we put a lot of money into it as well. That
Yeah,
you
we
just,
did.
yeah. So
We
like
did.
you think all of that does not matter in this moment. In that evening, you're just seeing everybody so happy, and there's just nothing but positive energy. And you see that, and you go, "That's why we do it."
Yeah.
This evening right here.
Yeah, I think you just nailed it in the coffin. That's exactly what I was going to say as well. Because I just remember me and you were just sitting there. We're like, I was like, Mike,
Yeah,
look around us. Look
yeah.
around us.
Everybody.
Everyone,
Yeah,
like, doesn't matter if you're from the UK, Mexico, Canada,
none of that matter.
US.
Yeah,
Like they were all together, sharing laughs, talking about the games they went to.
yeah,
Last time they went to a Cowboys game, they're looking forward to this and that, and sharing experiences and have a good laugh and exchanging details. Like, well, whenever you want to come over, you're more than well. Like that's what it's all about.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
that
That was
was
the
a
height.
very proud moment for me. Very
Yeah.
proud moment.
And we were literally just sitting there, both of us with beers, plate of chicken wings, just sitting there, just watching it going off, and you're like, "This is it. This is what it's done for." And that the hours of writing, because we did the write ups for the event. You put everything together. You put the packages together. You make sure everybody's got what they need. You're making sure everybody's safe as well while we're out there, um, and all of that. All of a sudden, and you're there with this party. There's all the boys, all the girls, just having a good time, and you're like, there we are.
Yeah.
And not just that, and here's the irony. We spoke to Shannon about this. Funnily enough, Shannon Gross.
Oh yeah. Big shout out to Shannon Gross,
Yeah, and his wife, his lovely wife as well. We were sitting
girlfriend.
there. Oh, girlfriend, sorry, girl. Oh God, he's gonna get me for that one. That we were saying that you look at all the different places where these people have come from, and that's the power of sport.
Yeah.
That's the true power of sport. There.
We saw that for the first time in London 2014,
Yes.
what it could do, and we've taken that on board of how sports comes together. It doesn't matter if it has to be
Yeah.
Cowboys, football,
Oh yeah.
basketball, just sports in general just brings people together.
Brings
It's
people together.
beautiful to watch.
And
But yes,
and these are people from thousands of miles apart,
yeah, yeah.
all in one
But
place.
yes, folks, that is the end of the show. We do apologize for the delay of doing our post-game show, talking about the Cowboys and Chiefs game, but understandably, it has been a whirlwind for me and Mike this past week. But yeah, I'm still going to be in Dallas till end of the week. I fly home Saturday after, like, obviously after the Lions game, so
Mm.
there'll be two more shows coming live here in Dallas for me. Well, Mike's still back at home, sadly. But yeah, it's been an absolute whirlwind this past week, and we just want to extend our gratitude and thanks to everyone who made our visit this year possible and absolutely memorable. So Brian Broaddus, Foch Lombardi, Barry Griff of Cowboys Experience, Michael Tovar, the One Star One Family, Cowboys Can Fan, all you guys, Super
Heck,
Cowboy
man.
Princess, what Heckma Harrison, oh my God, yeah, of course, Shannon Gross from Hanging with the Boys.
Watching Carl Yeoman's steal Heckma's car was also a highlight.
I forgot about that actually. We better not mention that.
No. But yeah, seeing all those guys, the Cowboys staff, and a big shout out as well to our bus driver who we ended up interviewing on the show.
Calvin.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to give a big shout out to our bus driver, Calvin, who took us from everywhere, from the
everywhere.
stadium back to the hotel. Lovely gentleman. We're
Yeah,
so honored to meet him. So,
yeah.
but
And
yeah,
he put up
folks.
with, and he put up with us.
Oh yeah, especially when we started singing "Yes Sir, I Can Boogie" in the back of the bus. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yes, folks, we will be back tomorrow as me and Mike were going to be talking about the Cowboys versus Lions game on Thursday Night Football. But before we do go, Mike, please tell everyone where everyone can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter or X at Kenfig Cowboy. That's Kenfig with a K, Cowboy with a K, and you, Mr. P.
You can follow me at I am Peace2 on X and Instagram. But yeah, folks, like I said, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, all this social media needs. The link is in the description to our link tree, so you can follow, visit our merch site as well. So, but yeah, just remember, folks, it's a goodbye from me and Mike, and we'll see you tomorrow. And just remember, folks, it's not just America's team, it is the world's team. We'll see you guys next time.
That's a wrap on the World's Team Podcast. Smash that like button and hit subscribe, Cowboys Nation. This ain't just America's team, it's your team. Touchdown! It's the World's Team, only on Believe, where real fans live.
How about them Cowboys?